Oh god, big explosions going off here. Oh my god, we've got creeping barrage creeping exactly along the path that those troops were running. And I think what we have here on the ground right now, yes, those were a bunch of regular old commandos. And I think they had just enough time to get out on the field and get completely and perfectly annihilated by a creeping basilisk barrage right there. Oh well. Anyhow, more towards the center here, we've got the guardsmen hanging out. Still, double chimeras not really being countered at all, honestly. I mean, tank busters are trying very, very courageously to fight them, but there's so much anti-infantry stuff out there that tank busters are having a real hard time. You can see the storm boys are continuing to be nice and mobile, capping stuff in the middle. And really, all is quiet right now. I think Demtastic knows that he's got the huge advantage. He is capping some power up here towards the north, which is good since he doesn't have any power. But he is just kind of soundly in control of both victory points. 286 for Nemtastic, 305 for Spirit. So let's see what else is going to go on here. Spirit needs something new. Let's see. He's at... Oh, there he goes. He's going right up to Tier 3 right now. So it looks like Spirit, realizing he's not going to counter this with anything at Tier 2, or at least doesn't want to, is now going to go up to Tier 3. Hopefully we'll see some knobs out of him, maybe. That could be pretty useful, some heavy melee knobs or something to that effect, but we'll have to see. So for the time being, it looks like he's being a little bit crafty here. Here we see the Storm Boys just kind of rocketing on in, and it looks like he was maybe anticipating kind of flanking all the central units from the top here, but it looks like the Imperial Guard for the time being have moved on out. Double Chimeras now coming back in from the south. The Storm Boys here charging on in, jumping right on top of that Chimera, but looks like not really doing too much. Oh, but a nice looking rocket barrage there, again driving the Chimeras out of the center. Unfortunately not hitting anything there, but the Storm Boys are just getting wrecked by laser fire, though. You can see that they're just taking so many casualties. I kind of like when they die, they just kind of like flop on over. Will we see anybody else die there? Oh god, the Nob went down right as I was asking for it. And here we have, again, creeping basilisk barrage kind of just driving away the orc forces right now. You can see we still have 2 Shooter Boy squads and the tank busters here. All looking pretty well. And honestly, I totally missed that while that was going on there. The Lord General was absolutely murdered up north. Tank busters now firing point blank into the Chimera. They can get a couple of lucky shots there. That could be really good. Looks like they're using that rocket barrage once again, but unfortunately you can see that the laser fire is just way too much, wounding the hell out of those guys. Oh, we have a nice looking stun bomb going off perhaps here. The Stormtrooper squad was built during the middle of all that, and they have been upgraded to the Assault Kit, which gives them those overcharged hot shot lasers, making them really do a lot of damage, although they do take more damage. Shooter Boys being forced on out of here, and once again, the uncountered Chimeras are just stomping the middle of the map right now. Definitely not looking good. You can see these guardsmen here continuing to resupply, repairing that Chimera. This is a fully upgraded guardsman squad with a commissar standing directly inside that other gentleman right there. More towards the south, the Storm Boys are off on their own today. Looks like they're getting the jump on all of these guardsmen. Oh god, that was a terrible pun, but they are. And just kind of engaging these guys in melee for the time being, pursuing them. And it looks like these guys are just backing up to the point where they can get within range of that Chimera, and then they'll probably just stand and fight. Maybe they'll jump inside the Chimera, who knows. But now suddenly things don't look so good for the Storm Boys. Storm Boys being upgraded to have a Nob, by the way. Perhaps they're just going to try and cap this, but that doesn't seem like a good idea. And I think Spirit knows at this point that he's a little bit trapped. He's probably just going to wait for his next jump to come off cooldown. No, he's sending in a supply squad. Here they are, coming here to reinforce his poor stranded Storm Boys who have taken a couple of casualties right now. You can see the tank busters moving on in with the Shooter Boys, doing a lot of damage, and I think nemOK is rightfully retreating away here. He doesn't want to fight this battle. Let's take a look up to the north and see what the rest of his forces are doing. Again, we have this fully upgraded guardsman squad here, plasma cannons and everything, looking really nice. Chimera just chilling out here, putting some pressure on the Storm Boys who come up here. And it is a 3 cap right now, so nemOK is soundly in control of this. Ooh, check out that rocket barrage coming out of that, combined with the Kommando Nob right there. Oh man, the Kommando Nob does have his own personal rocket launcher. Looks like he used that just to take out that one vehicle, and now he's upgrading back to a special shooter. So it looks like he actually wants his shotgun now that he's taken out one of the Chimeras. That's kind of interesting. He is Tier 3, but we've yet to see him really build anything out of Tier 3. But he's going to take the advantage of having knocked out that Chimera and cap the central victory point right now with his tank busters. So that's looking pretty good. Kommando Nob once again back to the special shooter. That was odd. I really would have thought he would have wanted to keep that rocket launcher a bit longer. Anyhow, whatever. Tank busters are moving on up, going to put some pressure. You can see here that, oh god, these are the stormtroopers right now getting knocked all apart here. Stormtrooper's taking a lot of damage right now, 1 out of 5. I wonder if the Commando is going to be able to get him. It looks like he was trying to engage in melee there, but, oh, he's just out of range. It's not going to happen. Throwing a stun bomb. Unfortunately, that stun bomb just moves slow motion through the air, and he's totally able to see that and get out of the way in time. Let's take a look around right now. We can see that the Shooter Boys were down here, again, messing with the power supply. However, the Chimera was there in time to defend him. I'm just really curious here. nemTastic, what's your power like? 15, so he still does not have very much in the way of power. Storm Boys are in a horrible position right now, being shot upon by many, many, many infantry right now. Despite the fact that the Chimera is down. And here we have it, a war truck. Oh, okay, that's an odd tier 3 thing to get, but okay. You know what? He probably just went tier 3 only because he wanted to get that rocket launcher, which is only available at tier 3. Look at that awesome awesome grenade chuck right there, but of course, nemTastic is a pro. He knows how to avoid all of that stuff there. So that's not going to happen, but the Kommando Nob continue to be nice and annoying around here, waiting for the war truck perhaps. It looks like the Chimera down here in the south is just doing a little bit of light gen bashing. Tank busters and a ton of Shooter Boys closing in on that from all sides. Here comes the rocket volley once again, just kind of nicely aimed behind it, but nemTastic was too fast for that, was able to back on out of there in time. Score is currently tied, by the way, 1-1. Looks like Spirit has got control of the southern tower, but not for much longer as the Stormtroopers are back in action and capping that. Meanwhile, Nem has capped the middle and the top. So, Stormtroopers now moving on in. However, that was more of an ebb and flow kind of thing. Again, Spirit had retreated with all of his troops right now, and so now he's coming back onto the field with all of his troops. I'd imagine he gains a temporary edge. Tank busters maybe lining up a shot. Oh, they're going to fire at the infantry instead because this guy backed away. Stormtroopers, oh, using the Bomber Boy's ability to knock back all of these guardsmen and then jump on in on top of them. Oh, he knocked back one squad, jumped in on the other one, maybe keeping his opponent guessing here. Tank busters still firing away like crazy. We do have that special shooter round going off there, doing some damage. And really, all of the guardsmen are on routing right now, just taking a lot of damage. Oh, Catachan Devils! Oh, they get completely annihilated by the Storm Boys right then, just kind of retreated right through them. You can see the improved rocket packs there. Oh, we do also have, it looks like a creeping Basilisk barrage just kind of going off, hitting nothing though, except for that poor adobe hut civilian structure, yes. Now we are inevitably going to see a nice strong counterattack from nemTastic, and this is the part of the game where you really got to start, like, all players should be aware that at this stage of the game, when everybody has, like, a lot of good-looking troops, nice little rocket barrage, they're just kind of making them keep their distance, that the game is usually decided in big, huge battles that happen in these late-game moments where everybody just kind of commits everything at once. So you can see, oh, here are those knobs that I was hoping for. Spirit buying some knobs now. His war truck is out and about. And it looks like we might have some big fighting going on here. No, I think nemTastic is going to decline to be in this fight for the time being here. That was kind of an odd little chuck there. That was the Bomber Boy ability, but he threw it directly at the Chimera. War Truck kind of chasing everybody off, but nemTastic is so close to his headquarters right now that he's going to have no problem just kind of resupplying and coming back out here, whereas you can see, oh, okay, I was going to say the Storm Boys need to be resupplying from that, but instead they just jumped on inside of it there. Do we see, yes, they have upgraded to have a Nob in this Nob squad, so they were resupplying, that's what it was. So they are upgraded here and charging on out. I wonder if he's going to get the huge Hamma's ability ever there, but it looks like nobody really wants to engage these guys. You can see them just kind of charging on in, hacking and slashing away at all of these Stormtroopers right now. Stormtroopers are retreating, and I really want to see when and how Nem is going to engage this army right now, because he is just retreating and running away like crazy. Again, Bomber Boy is just knocking apart all of his really, really grouped up troops. Tremendous advantage right now for Spirit, just for pinning Nem in his base, making good use of this war truck, and being able to resupply his troops on the field. Definitely giving him an advantage here. And while all that's going on, you can see Shooter Boys to the south capping the victory point. And it looks like, ooh, the Lord General kind of snuck away and capped at this victory point in the north. So that's going to tie it up 1-1 and then 2-1 as soon as they finish capping all of that. The Lord General is now kind of alone up here. The entire Orc army closing in on him. I don't know if it's wise sending everybody after the General. He does leave the middle a little bit open. You can see the Commando is just kind of hanging out back there. But we got a little bit of ring around the rosy right now, as it looks like the Lord General is just trying to keep his distance by retreating directly towards the Orc base. Oh my goodness, Lord General, what are you doing, you crazy, crazy distinguished gentleman, you? He's just kind of retreating away, though. There's the retreat that I was hoping for. You can see him taking one of those the Bomber Boys to the face. taking some extra casualties. Now everyone's just jumping in on this. However, he is going to be able to just barely sneak away there while almost taking a lot of casualties. And could it be that we're going to finally get the epic clash that I've wanted to see for so long? Yes, we have the Storm Boys leaping in on top, getting massacred. The Storm Boys just took so many casualties right there. However, they are reinforcing just a little bit on the way out. Storm Boys completely out of the way there, but the Guardsmen are just going to retreat away once again. Oh well, too bad. The War Truck here reinforcing the Nob squad, who has been upgraded with a huge Hammer's ability, making them extremely effective heavy melee. And he is just kind of sitting on this victory point right now. You can see he just wants to control this. He's at 100 points right now. By that I mean Spirit is at 100 points. And here we have it. Oh, beautiful looking rocket barrage landing on all of those troops right there, knocking back the Guardsmen, giving some time for these Nobs to just kind of charge on in, get involved in close combat. Those huge hammers give them the momentum ability where every time they land a hit, they hit a little bit faster. And they're just charging on in there. Oh, it looks like we do have a heavy weapon squad on the team as well, suppressing the Nobs. That is a welcome addition to the battlefield right now. The Nob Commando, though, dropping grenades on himself and blowing apart everybody standing around him. He threw that entire stick bomb cluster right on top of those guys. Lots of resupplying going on right now. The Nobs are just charging on in. We have yet more barrages coming out of those tank busters. Tank busters doing surprisingly a lot of damage up here with the Shooter Boys taking out all these Guardsmen. We have the Storm Boys charging back in on top of everything, having just been resupplied. The War Truck is sitting tight right now. We've got the Shooter Boys hanging out. We've got the Guardsmen kind of firing away here. The Kommando Nob has just been in the middle of all of this. Where did that guy go? No, he retreated away. I'm looking at other Nobs while that's going on. We can see the creeping Basilisk barrage going off, taking out these northern units quite well here. Actually, it looks like the Stormer Boys got knocked the Shooter Boys got knocked all over the place there. The War Truck exposing its rear armor a little bit, but note, while all of this was going on, Spirit has been the smart player right now, capping everything he could. It is a 3 cap right now, 100 points. We have 60 points remaining right now for nemTastic. nemTastic trying his best to take a counterattack here, but he has just lost so many units right there. It was just massive, massive units getting killed as a result of all of that. Hopefully he's going to try and repair or something, but it's triple cap. He really needs to cap 2 points right now. We can see the Nob is coming back out on the field, who got upgraded once again to the rocket launcher. And it looks like he's capping here. He's down to 28 points, though, and, ooh, Nem could actually triple cap this. He's going to get this victory point here with his general. We'll see if he takes the center. Yes, he does. It is now currently 1-0. Stun bomb going off in the middle of all that, but they're just going to back away. As long as he can cap this top victory point right now, the Stormtroopers here capping that, it is now 0-0. Nobody owns anything. Yeah, he's going to be able to kind of reverse it for the time being, but he needs to hold on to at least 2 out of 3 of these, and we do have a sneaky Kommando Nob just kind of moving around right now. Looks like, yes, he's going to drop grenades on top of all of them. Oh, man. Massive casualties right there for that squad. And then we have the Bomber Boys landing on top of them once again. Terrific, terrific damage here. It looks like just the Commissar and 2 little lads getting away while all that was going on. nemTastic has, however, capped 2 victory points, so Spirit does need to address that problem because he is bleeding out right now. The score is 13-76. What's going on here? The Lord General even just trying to cap this requisition point while he's at it. We can see the bulk of the Orc forces right now. It looks like heading down towards the south. Kommando Nob capping the central victory point, and I think Spirit has his game plan right here. He knows he just needs to hold 2 of these, so he's going to grab the middle and grab the south and defend to the death the middle. We can see the Storm Boys are charging on in, hacking away at all of these Guardsmen. The Guardsmen are nicely grouped up here, but being knocked aside by everything right now. Tank Busters firing away. Ooh, Lord General even coming in here with a nice little flank. The War Truck taking quite a bit of damage, actually. The Storm Boys again suffering quite a few casualties, but if they can avoid retreating and instead just stick near that War Truck, they could be just fine. Yes, they are resupplying. Taking a sneak peek down south, we can see that the Nobs, of all people, have capped this southern victory point right now. That will bring it up to 2-1. We have rocks going off in the rear of all of this. Perhaps he loaded his troops up into this Chimera, but the Chimera is just taking a ton of damage right now. Oh, God, one more rock could do it. Tank Buster moving up, taking the shot. Tank Buster, it's 2-1. Oh, I don't think that's going to happen, but the Chimera is getting out of there. 7 points remaining for nemTastic, 41 points for Spirit. It looks like he's trying in vain to cap that 1 point. That's just not going to happen, however. 2 points remaining, 1 point remaining. Oh, yes, and it looks like the Orcish Horde was able to force acquiescence upon their stoic opponents once again. Or as the Orcs like to say, warg. Warg indeed, gentlemen. Warg indeed. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. Once again, I'm Harlequin. Subscribe if you did. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later.